Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today we are checking out the Vega Q1s made by PrismXR. These retail for $103 Canadian on the website, currently on sale for $89 at the time of posting. I'll link below in the description where you can find their website. In this one I'm going to unbox them. I will show you how to use the different functions. I will do some mic tests, and of course I will give you my full review in the end. If you haven't checked out my other VR accessory reviews, I'll link that playlist in the description below for you to find. Let's jump into this one. Okay, let's unbox these. Okay, I am excited to talk about these, to work with them, try them out, do everything. So I just read through, as you could see, the quick start guide. There is a lot of useful information in here. If you're just trying these for the first time and watching this video, I encourage you to also look through this. This has a lot of great info. So first, let's go through what we actually have. We have the Vega Q1 headset. We have the actual headphones here. Feel nice and soft. I'm excited to try those on. They came in a nice silk case. That's really nice. We have the dongle, which I will talk about in a minute. We have a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. That's this one right here, A to C. And then we have an aux cable as well, going from USB-C in our headset to the auxiliary cable that you can plug in as well. This is going to go through all the buttons there. So here we have our microphone button, here we have our power button, we have our volume indicator here as well, we have our USB-C port right there, and we have our aux auxiliary port right here. And it goes through all of that in this manual here that you can see. So here we have our microphone, and that can be attached here right in that spot, what looks like the auxiliary cable spot. That's where that can go. And I do like that it is detachable, because then when you're not using it, you're not just flipping it up or putting it to the side. You can just take it right off, right? Because maybe you don't need to use it that often, or maybe you do. We're going to do some testing with it. I'll do some audio with it here as well in just a minute. Wearing it for left and right. On the insides here, we have an R. Inside over here, we have an L, so it clearly shows. And if you're putting in the microphone, you want that to face forward, so that's pretty clear that this is going to be the left side, this is going to be the right side, because if you wear it this way, it'd be backwards. For the dongle itself, it has both USB-A and the small piece here has USB-C. So this is what you're going to use if you want the least amount of latency possible when you're gaming with these. So this would go into the side of your VR headset. This one could go onto your computer. I don't know if PS5 has a USB this way as well, but that's where they could go into that. I know the Switch doesn't. The Switch is just a USB-C as well. If you want to pair it for a Bluetooth as well, like to a phone, to a laptop, I think with the Nintendo Switch, from what I've used, other ones for just regular pairing works okay, and there's not much latency. Then you can follow these instructions for pairing with a Bluetooth device as well. On the other side here, it talks about using it with PC VR streaming, and then I like that it does have the capability of being wired as well. Plug this USB-C into the bottom here, plug the auxiliary cable into your phone, your computer, whatever you might be wanting to use that with, and then you can have wired listening as well. When you do the wired listening, it's going to turn off the Bluetooth when you're doing that. But some headphones are just Bluetooth, some are just wired. It is nice to have the ability to do both. To charge this one, you're just going to connect the headset to a power supply. The red light signals that it's currently charging, and the blue will signify when it's fully charged. Now there is an app that you can download, and you can adjust various what does it say? Your surround sound customize, the EQ, microphone gain control, and more. And it gives you the app there and the page where you can download that too, if you're interested in doing that. But if you have that, you should have this, and you can easily see that on there. One thing to note with that is please keep the Vega Q1 desktop open to use the 7.1 virtual surround sound and equalizer. Closing it will disable these features. So it looks like it's something that can only be used when it's plugged into the desktop. Okay, so what I want to do here is to see if we have some charge. Yep, I don't know if you heard that, but it said power on. Now I'm going to bring over my Quest 3 heads, 3S actually, I got going on here. Just going to turn this on here, just give it a second. I'm going to take this dongle here, plug it into the side. Now I don't know if you heard that, but as soon as I plugged it in and this light turned green, this one said adapter connection, and now you can see it's a slow blinking green light saying that it is connected and that we are good to use them. So that's how you can connect it to your Quest 3S, Quest 3, Quest 2. Don't connect it via Bluetooth on the menu screen. If you do that, you're going to have latency and lag issues. I have been using for quite a while now the earbud versions of these, which are fantastic. And I had that issue at the beginning. I was trying to connect them via Bluetooth instead of via the dongle that comes with it. And I had latency issues, and I was confused as to why that was happening. If you don't want latency issues with the VR, you need to use the dongle. And it's as simple as that, right? I turned this on, removed this from its little pouch there, plugged it in, and we were good to go. All right, so I'm going to actually go and test these out a little bit now. And then I'll do a little trying to show you how they fit with something like this. I've got a Halo strap on. And then we can talk about sound quality. We can talk about mic quality. It'll be hard to do some things, but I'll do my best to give you a good quality review of what's going on here. So let's go test these out. Testing. So this is a Bluetooth connection with the Vega Q1s. Just wanted to see if this was any different than having a wired connection instead of through the Bluetooth. Again, this is through the Bluetooth audio quality. Testing. This is a wired connection with the Vega Q1s. I have it connected to my laptop via the aux cable. So this is just a test to see if it creates a different audio quality with using this. Okay, I now have the dongle connected to my laptop computer. Just wanted to test the microphone here, connecting it directly to my computer through the dongle instead of on the Quest. Here's a little test of how the quality sounds. All right, here is a test on the Quest 3. Nothing plugged in. This is just the standard microphone on the Quest 3. Okay, so I'm currently using the microphone attached to the Vega Q1s. They are attached via the dongle. Now, to enable this to work, if you would like to, you need to go to Settings, scroll down here to Advanced, and then hit External Microphone right here in order for that to work. Otherwise, it's always going to default back to the internal microphone inside of the Quest 3. So this is, again, with the dongle connection. Okay, so in terms of mic quality, you could hear the Bluetooth was lacking a little bit. When I plugged it in to my computer via the aux cable, the quality was actually really good. I was really impressed with it for coming out of a gaming headset like this. Now connected to the dongle, it definitely was louder than just the default mic that is inside the Quest 3. The overall audio quality I think was maybe slightly less, but there is the possibility that this is going to be able to reduce background noise more than that one. That was a little bit harder for me to test, but that is also a thought there. So overall, I think the microphone has some room to improve, but it's definitely not going to be a hindrance when you are playing. So here are the headphones. I've been using them for about 2 weeks now. And I wanted to give you my review, talk about some specs and all that kind of stuff, and do a little try on for you. So first of all, put them on is pretty easy. The microphone's going to face forward. Easily put those on. You can move it down on both sides right here, or up if your head is bigger. And honestly, they feel pretty lightweight. I've used them for extended periods of time, and I didn't ever feel like they were, crushing weight either on my ears or on the top of my head. Quite lightweight, quite comfy to use, and yeah, they are not fully noise canceling, but they definitely do cancel noise out. I was actually using it while I was doing some work here in the basement, because I'm still finishing up a few things in the basement here, and I used them while I was doing some drilling and all that kind of stuff, and it was actually nice to have them on, listening to what I was listening to and not have to listen to the drill as loud as it normally would be. Padding is really nice and soft all along the top and in the headphones there itself. I do like that the mic is removable, because when I was using it just to listen to music and stuff, I didn't want to have a mic on there. And so I really do appreciate that extra little feature there. Now, you heard the sound quality, and I've already talked about the mic quality and sound quality and stuff previously, so you can refer back to that if you need to. The battery length up to 80 hours, to be honest with you, I haven't used it for a full 80 hours yet, so I'm still on my first full charge, which is fantastic. It's lasted a very, very long time. I have been using them. It's not that I haven't been using them. Definitely have been, but I haven't had to charge them yet, which is great. I wanted to try them on with a few different head straps just to show you that they do fit. So here we have the Bobo VR S3 Pro. So if we put that on here, nice and snug, these are going to fit right over top, just like that. So even with a big head strap like this one, they do fit over top and still provide that cushion on the ears. Second head strap I have over here is the H4 Boost by Kiwi Design. So again, putting this on here, they're able to fit around that and go on. And so they're going to be able to provide you with quality sound, even with big halo type straps that you might be using. Alright, I did want to try these on with an Elite strap just to show you how they fit, just to give you an idea of that. So here's the Kiwi Design K4 Boost. I use this very often for exercise because it is comfy and fits tight and it's very light. With these on the side, they don't really fit very well because of the position of the arms right here. It causes them to sit off of the ear a little bit, and I found that the sound quality when they're not right directly on the ear isn't as good. It loses quite a bit. So if you have an Elite strap that sits tight to your head and doesn't have, space on the side here, then your headphones, these will still fit tight and they'll be good. But if they are spaced out a little bit like these ones are, then it's not going to be a tight fit, and so you're not going to have the sound quality that you could have if they do fit tight. With the stock strap, that does fit tight to the head, so these can fit tight to the head over top, so there's no worries there. Just with some of these Elite style straps, you might have some issues. With the Halo ones, as you just saw, they were up higher, and so these were able to fit underneath, and so there were no issues with that there. Alright, I think one of the things I'm disappointed with most on this is with the dongle piece that plugs into the side of your Quest. If you're using a battery strap like a lot of us do, you're going to have to unplug this to plug in the dongle there, but then there's nowhere to put your charging cable there, and so you can't use them both at the same time. With the Vega T1s, the earbuds, the little dongle had a place where you could plug in your external batteries like that, so I'm not really sure why they didn't include that on this, because I think that's a lacking feature on this one. Price point, we're looking at $103 Canadian. They are on sale at the time of posting this for $89 Canadian. And if we're just considering the headphone game in general, that aren't just for gaming, those can get pretty expensive for good quality headphones. And in my opinion, that's actually a pretty good price just for a solid set of headphones that are comfortable and give you really good sound quality. These can do that for you. In terms of the microphone, I found that it was lacking a little bit, like I mentioned before. Still decent quality, not like it was bad, but I feel like there's some improvement that can be done there. And then in terms of latency though, fantastic latency. There's zero latency issues. The audio is spot on when you're using it with your VR. So if you're looking for something that is wireless that you can use with your VR headset, this is going to have zero audio issues there. So a really good choice in that terms. Now, as we did see, if you are an Elite Strap user, depending on what Elite Strap you have, if there's space, it might not sit properly on your head. But if you are just the stock strap user that is nice and tight, or a Halo Strap user, this can go underneath, and then you will still have a good quality sound from that. So if you have any questions about these, make sure that you leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that I can. I hope that I covered everything here that will help you make a choice whether you want to purchase this one or not. I'll put a link in the description where you can find these on their website. Thank you for watching this one. We'll see you next time here on True North VR.